Welcome back once again, everyone. Today we are watching Eliod? We're going with that name. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. My apologies, Eliod, except you're probably never going to see this video, so too bad. Anyway, Eliod here is in the 268. The 268 is one of those tank destroyers that I have seen around for a long time, obviously, but I've never looked at it and gone, yep, that's a really good tank destroyer. I have to get that real quick. Nah, not a chance. I don't see anything great about it, but Eliod here is going to show us what might be great about it. And don't mind the 6th Sense symbol that's stuck on the screen there. Stupid replays are broken. I hate them. It'll fix itself here in just a second. See? Look, now he's spotted, and now it'll actually function as it should. World of Tanks replays have been the bane of my existence ever since I started using them years and years ago. They always have bugs, and they never get fixed. And these are actually in a better state than they used to be a long time ago. Used to be if you rewind a clip a couple times, the game would crash, which is wonderful, of course. But Eliod here is going to show us a typical TD game on this map, I suppose. He's not going to move very far from here, I'll be completely honest. Maybe that's not the most exciting thing in the world, but you know what? I don't think this is the boring replay, otherwise I would not have shown you. Now, so far Eliod has now received one hit from the Object 430, and it's bounced off of him. I find that when I'm shooting at this Object 268 in general, that it doesn't have very good armor. Not as good as it probably should. But it does look like, from what I'm seeing with Eliod playing here, that its gun is a little bit scarier than maybe I expected it to be. But I think that's just a big drawback of this thing. It doesn't have the greatest armor, but perhaps it has some of the better mobility of the Tier 10 tank destroyers of its type. And it does, of course, have that big gun, which I love being a 750 Alpha gun. I love it. That's one of the reasons why I love this, the 60 TP has that big gun. And the guns usually at this tier that have that kind of Alpha perform pretty well all around, considering how big they actually are. Now then, enough of gun talk. Let's see what Eliod can do. And ooh, almost caught that DZT there. If he didn't have super duper speed boost mode, that could have been a different story altogether. He could have pinned down that DZT, tracked him, and maybe his teammates, such as that 2685 sitting beside him, could have maybe put in another 750 alpha damage. And don't mind the airplane crashing. I mean, explosions and stuff, right? Now, let's see if Eliod can make any viable plays here. Maybe this aircraft being down will make a difference. Maybe it'll make the enemies push up a little bit more. Or maybe he's just... That was a nice shot he tried to make there, but just RNG was not on his side. What else can we find? Can we find anything over top of any of these rubble piles without running into the building too much? There's an E100 there, but look at that little propeller. The bent up propeller is just causing so many issues with trying to aim at that E100. There is kind of the slimmest shot there, but every time Eliod tries to aim at a particular spot on the front of that E100 turret, the aiming reticle kind of moves up and down, because in this game, obviously, you as a player don't really have to account for... Let's see, hit the plane. You don't really have to account for shell drop too much, because the game does it for you, but that's still a thing. You know, the game's going to just adjust your shell's trajectory or your gun's pitch, whatever, as it needs to. Taking a shot from that tortoise sucks a little bit, but as long as Eliod doesn't sit there and take another one in return, he can do twice as much damage in a shot as that tortoise. Let's just don't play the reload game, because you'll probably get shot 3 times before you can shoot the tortoise twice, so not really worth it. Unless you're going to be able to finish him off, not worth it. Now, take a look at all the tanks that are over here now. It's not looking very good on this flank. You've got a 268, the DBZ, the 430, the E100, the T30, the 183, and I probably missed some there. Really, this isn't looking too good. All those tanks versus the 3 or 4 on Eliod's team on this flank, not the greatest thing ever. And most of those tanks over there have 750 alpha damages, or the 183, which could do 1750, depending on what kind of shell type it has loaded there. Just, it could be the scariest thing ever, and, well, that kind of helps. The DZT losing its head kind of helps. And now the 268, the enemy 268, is out of the picture, which also helps. That's kind of even the odds a little bit. In a hurry there, a big change. I thought for sure watching this that... Hello? Hey there, 430. That... What are you doing, E100? Why are you pushing up when you've got a couple big tank destroyers beside you? You're just giving them your side? Like, ah... Oh well, it's the enemy team that's doing it though, so that's perfectly acceptable. I'm okay with the enemy team feeding themselves to me any day of the week. And now I completely forget what I was talking about, because... of the stupid E100. T30, you're supposed to penetrate the 268. I was talking earlier in the replay about how the 268 doesn't have the greatest armor. You're not helping my case. You're making me look like I don't know what I'm talking about. Which, maybe I don't. And hello, E100. Can you still have effective armor when you don't have a plane... a plane's propeller acting as spaced armor? Apparently not. There we go. Now Eliod has already done... already, I say. 5 minutes into this battle. 7,500 damage, or thereabouts. Can he get another shot in? That Charfew chair is pretty far away. He's just now going to be entering the range. He has a line of sight. Can he do it? Can he do it? Can he put the shot in? Yes. Manages to finish off that Charfew chair. Dang close to 8,000 damage. 7,922 that we've seen. Very well done. Spin to celebrate the victory. Good game, Eliod. Good game.